Hello everybody, welcome back to yet another video. Today we're going to dive into the customization of Chivalry 2, but before we do that, there's this statistic right here. Last time we did this with the statistic, we had 97% without subscriptions, now we have 91.1. We're doing better, but can we bring that down even more? Only you can tell. Subscribe, make sure you are subscribed if you really like the stuff coming out of this channel because you don't want to miss anything. Click the little notification bell and get notified when things go live. Like and dislike? I would say wait with that until later on, until you feel like you can make your mind up on this very important thing. Alright, let's get right into the video. So in Chivalry 2 we know there's going to be customization. And as far as I know and as far as I have seen from the general wording and how TornBanner has talked about this, I am pretty sure we're going to see the very similar system that we had in Chivalry 1, where you can buy cosmetics. However, I think in Chivalry 2 what they want to do here, I'm not entirely sure, but as far as I understand it with my brain, is that they want to be able to let you earn in-game items from in-game play, so playing the game you can get those items for free, and then there will be also a ability to purchase items for real money, or the second currency, which is like the transfer from real money to in-game currency to buy stuff. Now what I'm wondering about here is that, will the customization that you can buy with the real money and in-game money always be the same items? And what I mean about this is that, imagine if you're playing the game and you're not going to spend an extra dime since you bought Chivalry 2 and you don't want to spend more money on it, but you want to unlock customizable items. Will you be able to unlock the same amount of items that, for example, let's say I play the game and I'm like, oh, I'm going to put in $30 extra and I want to get all of these items. Will you be able to unlock the same items that I have? Or will, the second currency, like the premium currency, if you spend real money on the game, will you be able to get exclusive customizable items? Or are the items in a shared pool? So if you don't want to spend any money, you can still play the game and earn those items through in-game game time. Now that's something I'm really curious about and see how they do, because I would imagine if they do it like the previous game, there will be some exclusive cosmetics tied to the second currency or the premium currency. Let's call it premium currency. And I'm not sure how I feel about that. I mean, I think it is okay, and I think it's decent to some degree, but I don't know the monetization model and the future of Chivalry 2. Let's say if we look at the long haul of Chivalry 2 and how the game is going to progress, do we even know that they're going to be only selling cosmetics? At some point, will they maybe sell us a DLC as well? Will they do a battle pass? Like, how are they going to add the progression into this customizable items? And will they make it so that, let's say, oh, the horses come out, they drop the horse gameplay, but if you buy a $249 pack, you can get a horse with golden armor. But if you don't buy anything, you can only use the standard horse with like nothing on it. Or will it be so that they eventually start selling subclasses? Now, this is a little bit of customization, but the general monetization of the game is kind of curious. Now, I will hope that, they find a good balance. And as far as I've seen, when you look at most games these days, as far as I understand it and how I don't really mind it too much, I mean, monetization in a paid game is something I'm not the biggest advocate for it, but I do accept it. For example, Warzone, let's take that as an example. You might not play Warzone, but Warzone has a store where you can buy weapon skins and operators. And those operators sometimes have custom animations and you cannot earn these through in-game play. Now, I think that this monetization model is okay. It's a free game. You can buy whatever you want, really, and they just make more operators that don't change the gameplay, and more weapon skins and tracer packs that don't really change the gameplay but add some visual effects. And that's about it. And you pay money for it. And I think that's okay. It's a free game. And those things aren't game-changing. But now let's look at Chivalry 2. Now in this game, I would imagine that customization is not going to be game-changing. We know this from Chivalry 1. If you're a knight, you're going to be as healthy as a knight. If you're a vanguard, you're going to have the same health however you look. And the same with all classes. However you look, and whatever weapon you wield, if it's a variation of the longsword. I think all the longswords, even though they look different, will do the same amount of damage. And let's say you use the Swy, that's going to have multiple skins. All the Swy variations are going to do the same amount of damage. Now, the curious thing here is that in Chivalry, the customization is kind of interesting, because it's kind of part of, you know, making Chivalry fun. And I do have a feeling that Chivalry 2 is going to go the consumer-friendly way, whether they do allow people to buy skins for in-game play, and they also open the doors to let you skip that grind to get like money to buy a skin right off the bat. Then again, this is a little bit of a unsure route to go, because the second you go down this way, will they make exclusive skins for money only? And and some part of me says that that is okay. Having some skins that are just able to be purchased through real money is fine. We had this back in Chivalry 1. I mean, we have a poll up on the community tab. I advertise that place a lot. But if you want to make sure that you also join into this discussion and kind of how we think about stuff, be sure to cast your votes on the community tab. We have a lot of polls going on at the same time, so there's a lot of interesting stuff and a lot of interesting perspectives you can kind of see when you look at these polls. And recently, most people seem to be a little bit against buying cosmetics with real cash. You also got to remember that TornBanner here, they're not the biggest studio in the world. They're not an EA, they're not an Activision. They have to make some way to continue funding the game development or the next project. Most game developers will probably make a game, sell it as a finished product, and take the profits from that game and then make the new game. I have a feeling that Chivalry 2 is going to try to focus a little bit more on expanding the game before they eventually make a new game, which I think makes sense. TornBanner isn't a humongous studio either, and I think making Chivalry 2 a really good game and a really expansive game with a lot of content and a lot of stuff to get into, I think that's a good priority. Now, we don't know if they have this priority. I'm just assuming it because I would hope so, since Chivalry 1, they kind of, you know, all of us people that wanted Chivalry 2 was kind of, no, not yet. And now we're finally getting Chivalry 2, and I'm really hoping that TornBanner sticks with this one a little longer, and they make, you know, they flesh it out and listen to the community's feedback and all the ideas that we have, like Arrow Cam. I'm gonna bring this up all the time as a great victory for all arrow archers in the world. Let's, yes. Also, if you want to head over to my Twitter, I'm gonna have a tweet attached to my profile. When this video goes live, be sure to head to my Twitter and upvote this tweet, or like it and retweet it or whatever. Let's see if we can get TornBanner's attention, and let's see if we can get this interview and get some more information about the questions we have. There is a poll again on the community tab about like if you want to see an interview with TornBanner, and if you do have any burning questions that you feel like we should ask and post to them directly so we can get an answer to all these things, be sure to go there and find that poll, and then just, you know, put down your thoughts, put down what you think should be said. In general, hopefully, I think customization will be a easy and acceptable thing, and that the paid customization isn't like all unique stuff, that some of it can still be earned for in-game play, that they allow that you can skip some of the grind if you really wanted to. Tell me what you think in the comments down below. I'm really curious about this one. It's I would say somewhat heated topic, a little bit controversial maybe, but in general I think it's a good conversation to have, because we kind of see where all of us are standing. For me, customization that is paid for is okay if it's done to like a little bit of an equal footing. People playing the game that don't have as much money can still earn the cool cosmetics without having to spend real money. And then maybe sometimes if they have like one set of armor that is exclusive, that is okay too, for the real money stuff. Anyways, be sure to let me know. Until the next video, have a great day. I've been the Turtle, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.